Hey everyone, back again with another video to help you out. This time I'm showing you how to remove the information radio screen from this 2022 Volkswagen Atlas. This is probably not the prescribed way to do it, but this is the way I did it. I'm pulling it from a junk car in a junkyard for a customer who needs the screen. And I don't know if there's any kind of procedure to make this work in a new vehicle or not, but that's for the customer to figure out, and I'm just showing you how to remove the screen. So if you have one and you need to replace it, this is the way I did it here in the junkyard. So the only tools I used was a flathead screwdriver and a T20 Torx head. You could probably also stand to use a panel removal tool or wrap some black electrical tape around your tip of your flathead screwdriver just to keep your dash safe from scratches or anything. So anyway, in order to remove the screen, you'll need to first remove the bezel from around the screen. It includes the heater ducts, so be careful not to damage those when removing those. I came in here along one of these little lower edges inside the silver part, so like I came in like right in this area here and just got in with the tip of my screwdriver and just started to pry out on it a little bit. You're going to be very careful, you don't want to break this because I'm sure this is also expensive. And started around, and then eventually it'll all come loose and then it pulls straight out. Be careful again not to damage those ducts. If they happen to pop out, you can slip them back into place there. But for our purposes, we'll set that aside. Then you'll have your screen here, but you can't remove the screen quite yet. You'll have to remove this panel here from the dash. Where is it at? Here it is. This panel here needs to come out. Now, this was a lot of trial and error for me to figure this out, so hopefully it'll save you guys time. It's just held in with clips, but also these clips here slide into those grooves right here, the little T groove. So when you pop it loose, it'll be loose here, but you'll have to slide it inward towards the radio and then pull it out in order to get this to release. Otherwise you may break those two locating pins there, those two long ones. Anyway, when you pop those out, set this aside so it stays safe. Then you'll have 4 T20 Torx heads to remove, these 4 right here. Then you can start to pry this loose. But over here, now what I did was there's 4 T20s here as well. One here, over here on the side, and over here as well. And they sit back behind the level of the radio, or the screen. So there's some interference involved here. So I started kind of at an angle with my Torx head screwdriver with the bit on it, just to get a bite on it and start to turn those loose. And as the screws started to come out further and further, I took my flathead screwdriver and just gently pried against the screw just to kind of clearance it a little bit in order to get it to release out of here. And then the same goes over here on this side as well, this one, and up here you'll have to kind of clearance those, angle it a little bit in order to get those all four of those screws out. But then anyway, when you get those all out, then you can pry on this whole thing and this whole bezel will come loose with the radio screen attached to it. Be careful over here because this does click in and snap into the bezel for the speedometer head cluster, but that all releases over there as well. This all will come out a little ways. Again, watch your heater ducts over here. Here's what the back of this looks like all the way around. This radio will come out so far. You'll have 2 plugs to remove off the back of this thing. I just used the tip of my flathead screwdriver to press on the release tab on that, and then the release tab on the antenna right there. Now, then you'll end up with the bezel in your hand with the radio screen still attached. Now, I'm sure Volkswagen has some proprietary tool to do this, but we don't have that. So I will show you what I did. So on the back side here, the bottom of this just kind of sits in here and like so. At the top here, these two little ears right here hook in right here. So those two little silver ears, one on this side and one on the other side, will be popped out right here. You just press that in, press that little ear in right here, and it will release this side. And then come over to this side, press that in from this opening, and the top half of this will release. And then the same could really technically go for the bottom as well, because they also have the locating ears right here, the retaining clips that hold it to the bezel. But when I released that top half, the bottom half just kind of pulled up and out. I didn't realize that it had those little tabs down here at this bottom section, but in any case it came out without breaking or damaging anything. So in any case, just be aware of that. Release these little tabs and this radio screen will come right out. And here you can see the plugs on the back side right there and right there. So again, if this helped you get your radio screen out, drop a like down below, subscribe for more videos, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave those down below as well, and I'll help you as best I can. Thanks for watching. See you next time.